There's something good that just happened in the space, in the Nigerian space. You know, there are a lot of things happening. So sometimes we just look at the bad ones. You know, we don't take cognizance of the very good ones. And something good dropped about a month ago, you know, and I believe that everybody should really explore how they will benefit from this, because with that decision, with that document signed, with that approval granted, it means that housing ownership, owning a house, is now easier for a lot of people who fall in that category. Yes, a lot easier than before. Okay, now some weeks ago, the PENCOM people told us that approval has now been granted for the proposal that has been on the table. You know, they've already, I mean, approved this thing like about some years ago. Okay. That people who contribute to pension scheme, you know, the Pension Scheme Act of 2004, I think, that people who contribute to pension from that time, they now have the opportunity to use 25% of their contribution to do down payment for property where they won't buy. A lot of people, one of the major reasons why they have not been able to take mortgage or buy property is because when developers want to sell, they will say, even if you are going to pay in installments, or even if you are going to take mortgage, loan, or whatever, the banks or the developer will be asking you for an initial payment. Usually, they will say 10%, 20%, 30% of the price. So some people, if they want to buy property of 20 million and they say make you go bring 30% of that property amount, that's now 6 million. To raise 6 million put together is always a challenge for a lot of people. Of course, there are very few people who can afford that, but a lot of people can't afford that. Now, what they are saying by that regulation is, if you've been working, let's say for example, this pension scheme where we operate now started in 2004. 2004 to date is about how many years be that? Like about 18 years, Abi? Yeah. So if, let's say, you have started contributing since that time, you'll be like about maybe 40-something years or 50-something years old now, where you don't they work since that time. Except, you know, they grow for your work. You know, some people go down reach level where we say at least 25% of the amount where they don't put for pension go reach some money.
I want to be level 4.
Go reach some money. Where we say, even if it's not up to 6 million, it go reach one good amount. We go help cushion the effect of that initial deposit where you go bring. Yeah. You understand? So it makes it a lot easier now. And for a lot of people who have very good careers, you know, started well and all, the 25% is nothing. I think it will really amount to something substantial by now if they've been at it for long to be able to. And for people that are just new in work, in their employment, it means that as you continue your working career, you can actually target and say, okay, by this time in my career, I should have been able to afford some money that should be able to help me pay for my initial deposit. The only challenge you now have is, how will I be paying for the other installment that is required? If it is loan, how will I be servicing my mortgage? And there is another good news. So for me, what I tell people is, a combination of this news, of this pension news, okay, and Federal Mortgage Bank, if you put them together, you don't own property, except you know serious. Except you know serious at all. There is no way you should not own a property. If you can combine this pension something where we talk about with mortgage, and the Federal Mortgage Bank, Federal Mortgage own. Yeah. Why are they talk about Federal Mortgage own? Because the interest they low. They also give you for a longer time, depending on how old you are, from 60. Do you understand the difference between you have? And the interest is low. Of course, the other down effect of that one is that they can't give more than 15 million. So if property where you want buy be more than 15 million, you go get to find how you go.
But even if they can give 15 million, maybe I go still even get something from the one from Pencom where you don't talk.
No. This is it now. So when you want to buy a property of 15 million, when you qualify for 15 million, they will need you now to make a deposit of 10%. Which is 1.5. It is that 1.5 that I'm saying that easily you should be able to get it from your pension.
Okay.
From the 25% of your pension,
yes,
to make that 1.5. So all the thing you'll be concerned about is how much you are now going to be paying every month for that loan wey dem give you, and sometimes it's very negligible for federal mortgage hold, especially if you are still a little young and you are far away from 60. It means they can give you that loan for like 20 years, 15 years, 25 years, maximum is 30 years. So if somebody is actually 40 years old now, they assume that he still has 20 active years
in service
to work, okay, because it's not just for civil servants to work. Now, if that kind of person already will be 40, qualifies by their pre-qualification criteria, qualifies for a 15 million naira loan, it means that all he has to think about is how to raise the 1.5 will be initial deposit, and 1.5 will be initial deposit. Now you fit raise am for your pension. Let's even say that your pension is so poor that maybe the 1.5 and maybe the 25% of the amount is only like about 1 million now wey you be 40. Fine, it means it's 500 you have to find to add to pay your initial deposit, and after that you just be paying your. So the most important question now is for you to be serious on home ownership. Go through all the past editions we don't have, because a lot of people, what prevents them is this is what you are able to do when you do your financial analysis, but they will not be aiming for something that they are not able to do.
Swimming pool.
They will not be aiming for something. So that's what I call the Nigerian dilemma, because they want what they cannot afford
and neglect what they can afford.
They don't want what they can afford.
Yeah, I want as we get penthouse.
They don't want what they can afford. They are looking for what they cannot afford.
Tell me, look, give us a penthouse.
So when you analyze yourself, you know that even though you are the Mayweather of entertainment, you are upcoming. You are aspiring Mayweather.
You're the I 3-bedroom flat, I 4-bedroom flat.
Or somewhere in Mowe or something. You know, a place where. So for now, for a lot of people, what they need to settle with is the fact that, look, I can't afford where I will stay maybe while working, because you really cannot stay in Mowe and be working somewhere in town. It will be very difficult. But if that is all that your financial analysis says, do it. What you are doing is that when you retire, at least
the place that people have
where you go
dey grand.
And I don tell una several times, retirement and now strength, they no be friend o. Hey, Chineke, they no be friend at all. That's how some people end up for village. No be say they like village o. I tell you, because they can't afford rent now when there is no money coming in anymore. How much the pressure? And they sweet and they say, I like Ajao Estate. You know, I like the serenity. And it's close to the airport. It's central to. Fine, you can be having that argument when you are still working and you have money. Oga, if you analyze yourself, if you come to people like us, we go analyze you. When we don't advise you, take them. That you take that one and get that property tied down for Ibadan, for Mowe, for Igbesa, for Alakpoti, for Agbala, for all of these places that are still a bit affordable, you know, a bit remote to afford. Well, you call it anything you want, but that the most important thing is that those are the places where your money reach. When you tie and down, you get. It's also a proof that life can be better for you, that you can do better. And if you don't, and if you did not or were not able to do better, at least you have one thing. You no go end up for village where you go dey stay with your forefathers and 5 mothers where you dey run away from before.
They will now have access to see you in full.
They go come dey use your picture. No be your picture again now. They go actually do your sculpture because they don't see you now. They go just dey tick and pin as they like. And the thing where you dey run away from before. Even though I mean there is a way around that one.
So this one where you carry come today now for only people wey be civil servants.
No, I don't tell you now. How? No.
It's
not for people wey be civil servants. Now, this one where I come carry is for people where they do pension contribution. Okay. You understand? Whether you dey self job or you dey private employment or you dey government employment. If so far say you dey contribute to pension, you get the account where they call RSA, retirement savings account, for these companies. A lot of these pen companies, there are a number of them. Once you get for one of them, where be say every month you get some amount of your salary where you don dey put aside, and usually company get amount where then go hard to ram put aside for you every month for that account. People wey don dey do that, and people wey dey do NHF, wey dey contribute to national housing fund. Once you dey do those two things, anywhere wey you dey employ or you get employment by yourself, you qualify. And even if you no dey do, say for example, you no dey do, well, you dey do pension, but you no dey do national housing fund, if you meet people wey sabi like us, e get how we go arrange you and ensure that you get on stream to be able to qualify. E go take some little time as compared to somebody that is already doing it, but you go qualify. So the most important thing is for you to have been doing these things. And if you've not been doing pension and you just want to start, it means that you have to start that one first, because what we are saying that you will qualify for is 25% of the amount you would have put aside over time. So you get to be money wey don reach somewhere, wey don gbe peli. You get to be a gbe peli's money. Do you understand? Money that has gbe peli.
Not something wey just begin now.
Because when you apply 25% on money wey never gbe peli, it will come to nothing now. You know wetin we dey call 25%? You go divide the money into 4. You go carry one, they go carry one, come use pay for your housing deposit. Money wey you get there, they go divide that into 4. So that's what we're talking about. So it's not just for civil servants, not at all.
Okay, feel free calling. We get the video call available. If you want to video call us, the number there your screen as they watch also. And if you want call for normal call, please you can also Skype at us WAP TV. Then please when you call, try reduce your TV volume so that we'll enjoy ourselves. And Engineer Debo still they give us more insight into how to make sure the person retire well, so that no go retire from Lagos, can't go back your village because you know gets roof on top your head. How you go take the landlord after retirement? Mohammed, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Mohammed from
Abuja.
How you dey?
I'm fine.
Okay.
How Abuja?
Well done for the program.
Hope you have changed your naira.
Thank you.
Yeah, please. The reason why I'm calling, I want to know about how someone will able to leverage on maybe when you are a civil servant, you are working and you are earning below 50,000 naira, and you want to key into this kind of investment saving so that you can be able to prepare for the day ahead. So,
Okay.
but
Mohammed,
how are you going to advise someone considering the situation around the country? You are earning below 50K and you are very interested in investment, especially in the property investment.
okay.
So how are you going to advise someone to begin that journey?
50,000.
And what portion,
Okay.
you understand, of his income the person can save in order to achieve his desired goal?
Okay.
Yes, that's my question.
Thank you very much,
Thank you very
Mohammed.
much. Mohammed, but can I ask you a question before you drop? If he has not dropped. He has dropped, okay. Because he's talking about, I thought he was talking about how you will be able to key into your own house. But he's talking about investment. Those are two different things, okay? So for investment, for people earning that low, what I advise them to do is to look for fractionalized investment opportunities in real estate that are legal, that are well structured, that are sustainable, and are not Ponzi schemes. Because there are a lot of Ponzi schemes out there. Fractionalized in the sense that with as little as maybe 5,000, 10,000,
If you buy equity,
20,000, 25,000, you feel be part of a larger thing happening. You understand? That's how somebody earning 50,000 can do it. And even if be say the money where they require be like say even that 50,000 to even start, it's simple. What you will do is you start saving towards it. So from your 50,000, you can decide, okay, you'll be saving 5,000. By 10 months, you go down raise the 50 when you feel use join that kind thing. You understand? Because real estate is a high ticket asset transaction. We cannot deceive ourselves. If you want to do real estate, now big money. But you see, all the money, the wisdom is that all the money does not have to come from your own pocket alone. Once you can find like minds, people that are not dubious, that are regulated, that have very clear,
mission and
of what they are doing, you can partner and be a member, be a part of them to be able to also
grow, small.
Yes, at that level where you dey, your money go dey also grow. You understand? So that's what I advise people to do.
Ṣé Ponzi scheme is dey inside real estate too?
Ponzi.
Àbí kí lẹ pé tí wọ́n máa ń ṣe bí kàlùkàlù pé tó rí ìgbà kẹ́mi.
Ponzi scheme dey anywhere and everywhere.
In real estate.
Plenty sef. You see, anywhere where you don't see where they promise you things that are not sustainable, that even you too, you know say, this thing get as it be. Make you watch. It's Peter that they are using to pay Paul. There is no business behind it.
Everybody go know it.
You go know that the person will end up with the bag. Go know say is the bigger fool.
Omale, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How you do?
I'm good.
Now the musician.
Now you be Omale Legusi spend. Now you?
No.
Okay,
That's just a mistake.
I think say now you. Oh yeah. Ask your question.
I want to confirm. I work. My salary is below 100,000.
Okay.
And I'm on pension. I'm on pension. This what is it called? Pension savings. I have almost 300,000 now. So how do I go about it?
Sorry,
and I want to invest in this real estate.
You said your pension scheme is like 300,000 now.
Yes.
Okay, well, you know that if what you have in your pension is like 300,000, if you want to use 25% of that to do what we are talking about, you are talking about just 90,000. It's really not going to be of any material size. So you need to continue. I don't know, how old are you?
I'm 40.
You are 40. So you need to continue to work, because that amount is really not substantial enough. But this is what you can still do. That amount can still come in to even help you to own your house. Okay? If you can get a developer, wey be say dem project don dey approved by Federal Mortgage Bank, and you like the thing wey dem dey build, you wan buy, and the thing is under 10 million naira, you understand? If you do pre-qualification for Federal Mortgage Bank and you
can I listen over the radio?
Sorry?
Can I listen over the radio? I want to drop.
Yeah, go ahead, drop. And if you do pre-qualification for Federal Mortgage Bank and you qualify to get like that 10 million downwards, you no need to pay deposits for that one. So you no even need. So even if you apply for your 25% and they give you that 90,000, it go still just help you meet up with the loan where you go they pay monthly for Federal Mortgage Bank. So it go help you. That means you really cannot go for a property that is 10 million or above under that scheme, because the kind of money where you get for that pension is not substantial enough, except if you have any other, of course you continue to work and you can go, except if you have any other means of raising money, you know, that if you now had that 90,000 to can become something substantial to pay for a 10% of, let's say, 15,000 property, a 15 million property, which is 1.5, you know, things like that, you know, is how you can.
Last question. Shebi the man say get 300,000. Say I no fit write them say ever me look about 300,000. Say make I say make they help me use.
You can't use your future today now. When you get to the future, what will you now use?
Shebi I'm still working.
They know they do investment like that.
Okay.
What if the work stop tomorrow?
That's true.
That
was
now only 25% you feel.
The law allows it.